Find your way nice and comfortably to your back. Whatever that looks like to you. And just allowing things to start to settle in. So we're working some poses and breath work that will help with digestion. But really, when we think about digestion, we think about ease. So how can we be more easeful? Things aren't really processing properly. That causes discomfort, which is the opposite of ease. So as we look to continue to allow things to flow mentally and physically through the body, we do that so we can find a sense of ease in difficult times. So option to let the soles of the feet come together, knees fall wide. Or just keep the legs extended in Shavasana if that feels better. Hands can rest on the belly. Allow the space between the eyebrows to release. And check in with your body. What's happening in the breath? What's happening in the muscles? Are there any points of tension in the body that you need to send some extra love or maybe be more gentle with in your practice? Allowing this recline, bound angle to start to open. Or maybe if it feels really tight to have the knees wide, you can place something underneath the knees. Just take a cleansing breath together. Inhale, filling the belly up. Exhale, open the mouth side out. Let's take two more like that. Inhale, fill the belly up. Exhale, side out of the mouth. Last one, in through the nose. Exhale, push it out. Push out all the stale air. Pull the right knee into the chest. Extend the left leg long. So in traditional yoga, this is called wind relieving pose. I'll leave that up to your imagination. And then we'll switch. Allow the knee to press into the belly. One more time, just one knee at a time. Pull the knee into the chest. So I'm hoping nobody just ate. In general, we try not to eat right before we practice. Excuse me. And switch. And then we'll bring both knees into the chest, full wind relieving pose. Maybe you bring the forehead to the knees and you start to squeeze. And relax. We'll do that two more times, but allow the spine to release in between. When you're ready, big inhale. Exhale, push all the air out. When you get all of the air out, pull the knees into the chest. And release, big inhale. One more round of breath and ease. Inhale. Exhale, push all the air out. Really push to the bottom of the exhale and then pull the knees in. Squeeze, push the forehead to the knees. And release. Windshield wiper the knees side to side. Start to rock up and down the spine, eventually coming to a comfortable seat. So we haven't done much pranayama or breath work in our Facebook classes. We do some cleansing breaths. There's lots of other good kinds of breathing, alternate nostril breathing, which I will do in another class maybe next week. Something that's hard for me because I have a deviated septum and not great breathing passages in the nose. But there is a breath that I like called Kapalabhati breathing, And we have to be pretty careful with it. We're going to do a really mild version. It's Kapalabhati translates into skull shining. So the idea is that you're creating a lot of energy by pushing some stale things out, and that it allows you to glow from the inside out. So if you are pregnant, have high blood pressure, any sort of hypertension, any sort of epilepsy, really anything that feels that you would be compromised in controlling your breath, I would urge you to just sit and find a comfortable breath. If you'd like to try Kapalabhati breathing, the milder version that we're going to do is a gentle inhale, and then we're forcing little exhales out of the nose. So the idea is that you force the exhales out until there's a natural time to inhale again. So it sounds a little bit like this. So I probably got about 12 or 14 exhales out. Really, some people are getting to 20 or 30. I have a different lung capacity than most of you. So the idea is that it's just a gentle inhale. We're not changing anything on the inhale, and then we're pushing the exhales out in little rapid bursts out of the nose. So a really full traditional like Indian practice of Kapalabhati is to suck the belly in and then push the belly out. We're not going to do that. There's a lot of contraindications on that, and I think that you can get the benefit from a milder version. So we'll do 3 rounds together if you have no other health issues, and it also starts to stir some things up, get some stale things out, and will help with digestion, and it starts to ignite that fire in the belly, which will help. So we're going to take a gentle inhale in, and then start to press the exhales out, little bursts from the nose. When you're ready, take another little gentle inhale in. You may not be ready. Little gentle inhale in. Only when you finish your exhales, you're on your own pace. You don't have to keep pace with me. Option for one more round, or just sit in stillness. When you feel complete, we'll all take a gentle inhale in, gentle exhale out. Sit with the hands on the knees. Option to take this mudra, first fingers and thumbs together. Some people like to take that during Kapalabhati breath. I think as we start pranayama and our breath work, it's easier to think about only 1 or 2 things. Just notice how maybe things are moving through the body. Maybe some sinuses are cleared. Maybe there's a little more energy and fire in the belly. We'll come back to our cleansing breath. So inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, side out through the mouth, let it go. Really slow, 2 more like that. Big inhale, reach. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, reach. Exhale, let it go. Bring the hands to the heart. Find an intention for your practice. Maybe to stay present or to find ease. We'll bring the hands back to the knees. We'll start to find some movement. So reach the chest and the chin forward to our seated cat-cows, and then round the spine, tuck the belly in, really pull the belly in this time for your seated cat pose. Inhale, reach and expand across the belly forward. Exhale, round, pull the belly in, round into the spine. Keep rolling with your breath. Let's take 2 or 3 more full rounds, nice and slow. So maybe now you're cultivating that breath in and out through the nose, and then start to rock your circles. So rolling forward towards a knee, over to the other knee, and then back. So we're drawing the belly in a nice big circle, circling the ribs over the hips. When you feel ready, switch. Awesome, come back to neutral. Inhale, reach. Take a little twist to start. So I'll mirror you, right hand to left knee, left arm back behind you, a twist we do often. So twist also helps to stimulate digestion. Inhale, reach. Lift up out of the waist, exhale, twist. This time left hand to right knee. One more time each side. Inhale, reach. Exhale, twist. Inhale, reach. Exhale, twist. Come back to center. We'll roll over onto hands and knees. So again, I always like to pad the knees. It just feels better to me to have a little bit of extra cushion underneath the knees. We'll come over into our cat-cow and just start to rock the hips forward and back. And then we'll start to find some more of the pulling the knee into the chest to help really pull the digestion. So pull the right knee in, round the forehead forward. Stay puffed up in this little cat pose, right knee pulling in, extend it long. 4 more times, pull the knee into the chest and round and hold, squeeze. Inhale, extend. 3 more times, your own breath. I lost count. I'm going to do one more just in case. And then shake it out. Shake the hips side to side. Other side. So pull the left knee, round it into the chest. You can rest the foot on the mat if it feels good, or maybe you pull it in a little more actively. And then 5 times nice and easy. Inhale, extend. Exhale, pull it in and squeeze. Keep rolling with your breath. Take 3 more rounds. And hold. Then come back to tabletop, shake it side to side. Find your way into child's. So anytime that we're folding over the belly, we're folding kind of back into ourselves is helpful for our digestive system. So we'll be here for several rounds of breath. Knees can come wide if it's comfortable, pad underneath the knees. Start to walk the chest and the chin forward. Again, option to place something underneath the head if that makes it more comfortable, maybe a pillow. We'll be here for several rounds of breaths, so just allow some big belly breaths. Allowing the hips to melt back to the heels. Pressing that space between the eyebrows into the mat or your pillow. Maybe you rock the forehead gently side to side. Let's take 2 more rounds of breath here. Maybe find a cleansing breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth, let it go. Start to walk the hands up. We're gonna find just a little gentle version of our camel pose, which we'll do more later. So come high onto the knees, knees over hips. Hands press down so the fingertips are facing down to the bum. Lift up tall. And just press the hips forward gently, lift the chest. We're just doing a tiny little version of this. Awesome, come back down, sit it back on the heels. We'll work around and find our seats. And we're gonna work reverse table. So it's good to fold into the belly. It's also good to stretch the abdominal walls out. So bring the hips towards the heels. Fingertips are facing the bum. So fingertips are facing the same way as the toes. And we're gonna just gently lift up into our reverse table. Press the hips up, drop the head back, and bring it back down. We'll do that a few more times with your breath. Try to keep the hips and the knees in line. Maybe you hold if it feels comfortable. Also stretching the shoulders. One last time. Awesome. Come back to your seat. Take a counter pose here, forward fold. So extend the legs long. Reach the arms overhead and start to hinge forward. So a couple of options here, wherever you can reach for the legs. Allow there to be a little micro bend in the knees. And just start to round forward once you find that fullest point of fold. Check in with the breath. Slowly rise back up. We'll do that series one more time. So just 3 reverse tables and then we'll come back to our forward fold. Soles of the feet on the earth, plant the palms, fingertips and toes pointing the same direction, and start to rise up. And drop it back down. So we'll inhale as we expand across the front body. Exhale as we bring it in. Last time. And then rock back on the seat, extend the legs long, lift up tall, exhale, start to hinge forward and fold. Three more rounds of breath here. Slowly start to rise back up. Cross the ankles, we're gonna roll forward and find our way all the way into a standing forward fold at the front of the mat. So maybe you need to walk forward a little bit. And then find a bend in the knees. Allow the head and the neck to be heavy. And just find a little sway. And then find stillness. So feet are hip distance apart. Head and neck are resting, chest and belly resting on the thighs, maybe. Lift up halfway, inhale, nice flat back, long spine. Exhale, fold, bend back into the knees, root down, rise up. Take it overhead, fingertips touch. Exhale the hands. Inhale, reach just the arms. Exhale, let it go. Last time, inhale, reach. This time we'll fold. Hinge at the hips. Lift up halfway, inhale. Fold, exhale. This time we'll take a little twist. So I have a block, you don't need one, or if you had a book or a canned good, that would work too. So bend into the right knee, right hand on the mat or your block. And this time with left arm lifts. Just getting a little twist. Just a gentle twist in the belly, but nice opening in the legs. Awesome, come back to neutral, shake the legs out. We'll do the same thing on the other side. So bend into the left knee. Left hand comes to the block or the mat. Right leg straightens. Right arm lifts. Awesome, come back to neutral. Shake the legs out. Lift up halfway, inhale. Fold, exhale, plant the hand, step it back. Option to take a flow high to low plank, or we'll just meet you in down dog, your choice. So in our down dog, finding this nice upside down V, feet are hip distance, hands are spread nice and wide, we're pressing the chest towards the thighs. Find some stillness here. And we'll work a twist from our down dog. So separate the feet just a little bit. Walk the hands back just a handprint. And then right hand's gonna come towards the left ankle and touch. Come back to neutral. Left hand, right ankle, touch. 2 more times each side. Find a little twist. Awesome, then we'll come back to neutral, walk your down dog back out. This time, right leg lifts, bend the knee, pull it through, squeeze. Inhale, extend. 2 more times, pull it through and squeeze. Inhale, extend, right knee pulls in and squeezes, step it forward. We're gonna set up for a high lunge. So a couple of options here. If you feel more comfortable with the knee down, if that feels more stable, great choice here. Otherwise, all 10 toes face forward. Root down through the feet. So we're high on the back foot. Straighten the back leg out. Find some stability here. Shoulders and hips square to the front. Rise up. Feet are on little railroad tracks. Option to take a twist here. Hands come to heart. Left elbow comes towards right knee. Two more rounds of breath. Slowly work your way open. We'll find warrior 2. So bend into the front knee. Gaze out over the fingertips. Straighten out the front leg. We're gonna come into triangle and then reverse triangle. So both legs are straight. Reach the left arm up. Find your triangle here. So stacking hips to a degree, stacking shoulders to a degree. And then we're gonna hop this left foot up and out just a little. Square the hips a little more off to the front. Left hand can come to your prep if you have one, or to the mat. And then right arm's gonna lift. Keep the hips level. Find your twist. Little twisted triangle here. And slowly come back. We're gonna walk the hands forward. And then start to heel toe them in. Find our way into a little yogi squat, another great digestion pose. So malasana. Option to tuck a blanket underneath the heels if it's uncomfortable on the feet. Elbows press the knees away. Press the hands to heart, and we'll just hold 5 rounds of breath. Close the eyes, check in with the breathing. Awesome, come back. Walk the feet back out. Come up halfway and then all the way up. We'll hop it forward. I'm gonna go the other direction just so you can see what the legs are doing. But you can just face forward. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Lift up halfway, inhale. Option to take your flow as you step back or just find your down dog. Your choice, what feels better. So we'll meet in down dog, hold for a few rounds of breath. Then when you're ready, left leg lifts 3 times. Pull the knee into the chest and squeeze. So just like we did from tabletop. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pull it in and squeeze. Last time, inhale, reach. Exhale, pull it in and squeeze. Step it forward. Start to set up for your high lunge or option to keep that knee down. So bend to the front knee, back leg is straight. Rise the arms up and find your breath. Option for your twist, hands come to heart. Right elbow comes towards the left knee. Find your little twist. Beautiful. Start to slowly windmill your way open to warrior 2. Bend into the front knee. Front heel, back arch. In a line. Make sure the front knee is coming towards the pinkies. And then we'll straighten out the front leg, find our triangle pose here. So reach the fingertips forward, left hand towards left shin or the mat or a block. Beautiful. When you're ready, we'll find our twisted triangle. Hop the right foot just up and out a tiny bit. Square the hips more towards the front. Maybe you take your block. So option to stay here, left hand on hip. Find your little twist there. Option to deepen the twist, lift the left arm. Awesome. Start to walk it back to our forward fold. Heel toe the feet back in. Sit it back down for our yogi squat. Here, option for a little bit more of a twist. I've done this a few times, one of my favorite poses. So I'll mirror you, left hand in front of left knee. Press the knee into the upper arm and then lift the right arm up and spin the chest open. Little twist in the belly. Maybe you have the space for the bind if you're familiar with it here. Awesome, come back to center, reset. And we'll take it to the other side. So right hand pushes into the right knee, left arm opens. Come back to center, drop to our mats. We'll take the knees wide, same as we did from our backs to start class. So take the knees nice and wide. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, start to fold. Start to fold over the legs. Allow the belly to breathe nice and open. Slowly start to rise back up. We'll take another twist here. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. Similar to what we did seated, but with this bound angle pose. So again, I'll mirror you. Right hand to left knee, right arm back behind. Find your twist. Inhale back to center. And reach. Exhale, twist other side. Left hand to right knee. Inhale back to center. Take a little bit deeper of a twist. So, option to pull the right knee in, just pull it into the chest or step it across. So for you, this is left. I'm going to mirror you. So left knee can be pulled in. Doesn't matter as long as you go each way. Inhale, lift up nice and long. Right arm lifts and twist. So we're wrapping around the knee. And maybe we're squeezing the belly a little bit more. We're pulling the knee into the chest. Finding a little bit of resistance here. And slowly come back to neutral, up the spine, reset. And then we'll switch. So if you're working the opposite side, right knee up and over. Inhale, tall, left arm lifts, find your twist. So maybe you have the space to pull the arm across the knee. Slowly come back to neutral, let the spine reset. Wonderful, so we'll go to our backs. Rock back down. Drop the knees side to side. And then again, we'll start to work that when we're leaving pose. Right knee pulls into the chest. Pull the thigh into the belly, squeeze. Roll out the ankle. Extend the leg long, interlace the fingers behind the thigh, flex the toes. Just a little bit of love for the legs. Didn't get as much action as normal. Roll the feet and the ankles out. And pull the knee back in and squeeze. We'll take it across the body. So move the hips over a few inches to the right. Pull the right knee across the body. Find your twist. Maybe you gaze over the right shoulder. Stay here for a few extra rounds of breath today. Spinal twist. Slowly come back to neutral. Squeeze this knee in one last time. If you have the space, reach around and grab for the bottom of the foot and squeeze the forehead into the knee. And release. Other side. Right leg extends long. Left knee pulls in. Pull the knee into the chest. Maybe give it a little squeeze. And extend the left leg long. Straighten the leg out, flex the toes. Find that resistance between the fingertips and the thigh. Roll out the foot. Squeeze the knee back in. And then pick the hips up, move them to the left, find your twist. Pull this left knee across the body. Left arm extends long, maybe the gaze comes over the left side. Five more rounds of breath. Slowly come back to neutral. Squeeze the knee back in. Maybe you have the space to interlace the fingers underneath the foot. Find this nice tight little ball. And release. Let the soles of the feet come together, knees fall wide. Find your breath. And when you're ready, you can take any final other postures that you need. Maybe you need an inversion, a bridge pose, or a happy baby. If you feel complete, you can start to work your way into your Shavasana. Taking your final resting pose. Maybe allow the hands to fall open. Relax the space between the eyebrows. Allow this relaxation to start to work down the arms, the chest, and the belly. Release down through the legs and the toes. Take rest. I'll bring us back together in a few minutes' time. Slowly starting to bring some awareness back to the breath. Bringing your awareness back into the physical body. Maybe rubbing the thumbs over the fingertips, generating a little heat and movement. When you're ready, reach the fingertips long. Lengthen the spine like you're just waking up in the morning, and then pull the knees into the chest and squeeze one final time on this wind-releasing pose. Maybe roll to a fetal posture and find that place of transition there. Or option to come all the way to your seat first. Wherever you are, find a few moments of stillness to close our postures. Maybe you find that mudra again, first finger and thumb pressing together, resting the hands on the knees. Check in with the breath. Check in with the fire that may be in the belly from our practice. Reminding yourself that it's nice to find ease, but during these times, there'll of course be times of discomfort. And it's okay to grieve the loss of an event or a job. Even though you know those around you are suffering too, it is still happening to you. You are still going through those emotions. So you're allowed to find your own way to process the good and the bad things that are happening to you in this time. It's good to have empathy for others, but give yourself that same grace. And to the other side, if things are going okay for you or certain things are going well, it's okay to be happy, to find gratitude for those things. You can find your own happiness and joy and gratitude while still holding the suffering of others in your heart. Many people will find silver linings. We'll all have our storm clouds too. It's okay to just feel your emotions as they come. Taking a moment of gratitude for the time that you took for yourself and your practice. Maybe to do something different. For many of you, it may have been your first true pranayama practice with the breathing and our Kapalabhati breath. If you enjoyed that, just read up on it or reach out to me. It can be healthy in small doses, but certainly don't want to overdo it. Taking a moment to remind yourself that you are enough just as you are right now. You have always been enough. You will always be enough. No changes needed. No apologies necessary. In a sense of gratitude